Alright, you are back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So it's a historic day today, a historic day for the Boyle and for Bitcoin. $100,000 USD, and it actually went up to 103. So what's the date? Is it the 5th? Is it the 6th? I think it's the 5th. Whatever, doesn't matter. I'm calling this episode 100K, so that's how I'll remember. It's kind of an anticlimax, to be honest with you. That seems to be the general theme when I wouldn't call this an achievement. Although it is in a way, you have to go through a bit of shit just to hold on to it. So much shit along the way, so many doubts. But yeah, you get there and you sort of forget about how hard it was on the way. Just fucking all the doubts, the risk. Am I right about this? Is it going to happen? Is it going to happen? But once I figured it out, I was like, oh, it's inevitable. It will happen at some point. I just got no idea when. And nobody, I just want to repeat this, nobody has any idea what the Bitcoin price is going to do on any given day, any given week, any month. No one. There's absolutely no one. No genius, no influencer, no, absolutely fucking no one has any idea. So if you ever listen to someone besides me who tells you they know where the price is going, in the short term, I'll fucking caveat that. In the long term, it's going up. Like this 100K, it's a milestone, but really the big milestone is 1 million. I'm pretty sure in the not too distant future, we'll be looking back on this 100K going, wow. At the time, that felt like a lot, but now, fuck, 100K is looking pretty good. But I was at a gig tonight and my mate Tom was like, you must be pretty happy about Bitcoin. I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. But there was like periods there where it wasn't good. Like I made the decision to buy Bitcoin. When was it? 2021, some point like that. And I went all in immediately. My wife didn't know what the fuck was going on, but just went all in. And then Bitcoin went down like 30-40% from when I bought. So 40% of everything we've ever owned. And in that little dip there, I took the very last, like it was only a couple of $1,000s, the very last bit of money we had. And I bought a little bit of MicroStrategy and a little bit of Bitcoin. And then I was officially broke. And it's taken 3 years to get there. But what I thought was inevitable has finally come to fruition. But this is just a pit stop. I'm thinking 250,000 by mid next year. Then I reckon we nibble 300,000 before the entire world economy collapses. Along with Bitcoin, Bitcoin will collapse with the world economy. It won't be Bitcoin that's collapsing. It will be the entire world. So I reckon that happens probably around about this time next year. That's my guess. So I have 9 months to decide what I'm going to do. That's obviously like a guess as well. Like I could be very wrong. It could just fucking zoom to 1 million from here. Russia starts buying it. Putin came out the other day and said nobody can stop Bitcoin. I think Russia's been mining it in Siberia for a couple of years. So Russia's getting onto it. China just lifted the ban. Jerome Powell, the head of the Fed, just said it is like digital gold. It is an extremely powerful asset. Most of these people have no fucking idea what it is either. Jerome Powell has no idea. He's just rabbiting something some other cunt said. But he did say it, so I suppose that's good. So it's just going to continue vacuuming up capital. Like the next phase, it will probably demonetize gold, meaning people who buy gold will just buy Bitcoin instead. Then after that, it will probably demonetize property, because why would you buy a property that is a complete fucking headache? Like billionaires and multimillionaires, they don't want to have 20 properties. 20 properties is a massive headache, but they can't hold their money in the bank because of inflation. It just gets chewed up. Like rich people understand that. They understand if you keep your money in the bank, if you don't put it in assets, then inflation will destroy your wealth. Every single rich person knows that. There's not a single rich person that doesn't know that. So what they do is they buy assets. They buy art. They buy houses. They buy gold. They buy fucking luxury items. They buy sports teams. They put their money into something because it at least protects it from inflation. So if you're a billionaire, the return on a property, let's say an extreme example would be about 10% a year. 10% a year for how long? But anyway, let's say 10% a year. That's fine. Then you've got all the property taxes, maintenance, all the bullshit that goes along with that. Whereas you can just put it in Bitcoin and it may be volatile, but over a 4 or 5 year stretch, it goes up 30 to 40% per year. So eventually, billionaires and millionaires and shit like that, eventually, instead of buying the 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, 20th property, they'll just put their money and store it in Bitcoin. Easy access, easily fungible, which just means if you need to sell it quickly, you can sell it. You can access cash. So that's the next thing that's coming. Eventually, it will take over the bond market. Eventually, it's just going to vacuum up the whole entire current system. And then it's Bitcoin time, baby. But there will be a lot of, like the current system's not going to go down without a fight. I predict sometime in the next decade or so, there will be the Bitcoin wars, like actual wars. Which makes sense because people in power don't generally relinquish it without a fight. But if it comes to that, I'll be a fucking 55-year-old cunt fucking still pumping my Tongat Ali and I'll be up for the battle. But until then, I'm just going to sit here happy, but still anticlimactic. I'll get excited when we hit 1 million, all right? That's when I'll get real excited. Anyway, that'll fucking do for today, and I'll see ya the fuck later.